Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the final episode of our CPHI and PMEC Shanghai 2026 series. Over the past 3 videos, we've broken down China's upstream raw material innovation, CXO outsourcing upgrades, and full-scale production equipment layout from this year's dual exhibitions. Today, we officially close the loop. I'm going to take you beyond the exhibition booths and show you exactly why China's pharma manufacturing stack is far more sophisticated, standardized, and export-ready than most global buyers realize. Unmanned integrated production lines are no longer a futuristic concept. They've become the new industry baseline for modern pharma manufacturing. The fully automated formulation and raw material processing equipment showcased at PMEC minimizes manual intervention across the entire production workflow. Let's be blunt, if your factory still relies on manual operation and paper-based records in 2026, you're not just outdated, you're carrying unnecessary compliance risks. These automated solutions don't merely cut labor costs. They build complete, immutable audit-proof digital data trails for every single production batch. This year's flagship unmanned lines deliver industry-leading, audit-ready specs. Top-tier sterile filling lines hit a max capacity of 550 bottles per minute, cutting on-site manual intervention points by over 92%, while maintaining strict EU GMP Grade A and ISO 5 dynamic clean standards at all times. Beyond blazing production speed, integrated high-precision inline inspection systems run 120 checks per minute with a fixed 1 mg accuracy, permanently locking every batch's raw production data. Every data point is traceable, unalterable, and fully compliant with 21 CFR Part 11 data integrity rules, drastically simplifying global GMP compliance and helping Chinese manufacturing facilities pass FDA and EU official audits with far fewer obstacles. Meanwhile, flexible production equipment has emerged as a game-changing trend. It's fully optimized for today's mainstream market demand for multi-variety, small-batch innovative drug manufacturing, enabling pharma manufacturers to adjust production strategies rapidly and stay agile in a fast-changing global market. This year's exhibition witnessed a comprehensive upgrade in sterile filling and sterile packaging technologies, customized precision equipment for biotech drugs, injectables, and high-end formulations effectively solves the long-standing production bottlenecks for high-precision pharmaceutical products. Nearly all the sterile production solutions on display strictly align with European and American sterile manufacturing standards. For high-value injectables and prefilled syringes, upgraded aseptic filling systems run dual head filling and capping, supporting 0.5 milliliter to 10 milliliter specifications with controlled 1-2 filling precision, and a stable output of 1,200 to 1,800 units per hour. Meanwhile, low-temperature VAHE sterile transfer systems have become a mainstream export configuration, maintaining a constant 1826C sterilization environment with concentration deviation strictly controlled within 10 ppm. This zero-damage sterilization tech for heat-sensitive drugs solves a long-standing FDA audit pain point for Chinese pharma enterprises targeting overseas expansion and international qualification certification. This mature, compliant hardware ecosystem provides solid, reliable technical support for global market layout. Eco-friendly new packaging materials and high-barrier cold chain packaging technologies have greatly improved drug safety and shelf life stability, solving core pain points in long-distance cross-border transportation. Beyond basic protection, intelligent coding and full life cycle traceability packaging systems realize full process anti-counterfeiting and circulation supervision. This year's upgraded packaging hardware brings tangible quantitative gains. AI visual multi-axis packaging accuracy hits 0.01 mm, slashing traditional film material loss from 12% down to just 3%, delivering 6-figure annual cost savings for single production lines. More importantly, all updated packaging solutions are tailored to the import and export compliance rules of different countries, sharply reducing cross-border trade risks for pharmaceutical exports. All-in-one R&D to pilot to production solutions drastically speed up iteration cycles for new drug projects. Compact, high-precision experimental equipment perfectly matches the early-stage R&D and small-scale trial production needs of biotech and pharmaceutical startups, filling the gap in domestic high-end pilot manufacturing hardware. This year's show also debuted breakthrough segmented lab gear for high-end innovative tracks, Next-gen particle size detection devices cover a full 0.01 m to 3500 m testing range, with 10,000 ultra-fast measurements per second, fully meeting the FDA declaration standards for liposomes, nanoformulations, and microemulsions. Meanwhile, new oligonucleotide pilot systems support 4 mol to 48 mol wide-range synthesis, stably delivering 100-gram level API output for 20 NT to 60 NT sequence drugs, fixing the long-standing mid-scale production gap for nucleic acid medicines. Beyond conventional lab equipment, this year's PMEC unveiled 3 breakout segmented tech tracks that define next-gen pharma manufacturing. First, modular cleanroom integrated systems. Customizable, fast assembly clean space solutions tailored for biotech drugs, aesthetic medicine, and medical device production. Unlike traditional fixed cleanrooms that require 3 to 6 months of on-site construction, modern modular cleanrooms reach ISO 7 and ISO 8 clean grades in just 7 to 14 days, cutting overall factory renovation cycles by 60% to 70% while fully complying with EU and FDA dynamic clean standards, solving the pain point of slow GMP-compliant factory upgrading for overseas-oriented manufacturers. These aren't just clean rooms, they're plug-and-play GMP. In a post-pandemic world where speed to market is everything, slashing renovation cycles by 2/3 isn't just an efficiency win. It's a competitive weapon for biotechs racing against the patent cliff. Second, dedicated equipment for TCM modernization, a long-overlooked breakthrough. Intelligent constant temperature extraction, low energy concentration, and precise granulation equipment replaces outdated empirical processing with real-time spectral sensor digital calibration. This fully digitizes TCM production data, ending the era of experience-dependent, unstable TCM processing quality and opening standardized export channels for TCM formulations. This is the standardization of the ancient. By replacing master's experience with sensor-driven precision, TCM is finally shedding its variable supplement image and earning a seat at the global prescription table. Third, new medical segmented solutions, including specialized packaging and precision production lines for drug-device combination products and aesthetic medical preparations, filling the market gap for high-precision, scenario-specific pharma equipment. On top of that, the upgraded smart lab setup fully digitizes testing, data logging, and pilot production linkage. A key 2026 industry upgrade is the widespread syncing of PAT real-time process analysis technology. New generation production lines are now fully equipped with inline near and Raman spectroscopic sensing modules, the gold standard tools for FDA-aligned process validation. This shifts quality control from passive final inspection to active full process pre-control, fundamentally cutting batch rejection rates and eliminating post-production rework risks. Backed by China's 2026 equipment renewal policies, domestic high-end lab and pilot gear has achieved true cost-effective localization. It delivers far more stable lead times and responsive after-sales support than imported equipment, bringing real cost and efficiency gains for pharma R&D teams. But these hardware upgrades are just the tip of the iceberg. To understand where the real money is moving in 2026, you have to look at the systemic shifts underneath. After walking every aisle of this year's PMEC and CPHI exhibition, I'm not just giving you a surface-level list of industry trends. I'm breaking down 3 core macro shifts redefining global pharma manufacturing in 2026, the foundational changes that will reshape factory upgrading, supplier selection, and cross-border supply chain layout for years to come. Shift 1, the digital moat compliance is now built in, not bolted on. Unmanned workshops and digital production systems are no longer optional upgrades. The core value here is not simply reducing manual labor, but building an immutable audit-proof data infrastructure for every production batch. Compliance has shifted from a costly, last-minute retrofit to the fundamental baseline of all equipment design, fundamentally lowering the threshold for passing FDA and EU regulatory audits. Shift 2, segmented precision, the end of one-size-fits-all pharma manufacturing. The industry is officially abandoning universal, generalized production equipment. Every high-growth track now has vertical customized manufacturing solutions, modular fast build systems for biotech, precision intelligent production for TCM modernization, and specialized lines for aesthetic medicine and drug device combination products. Equipment is no longer designed for generic pills. It's tailored to fit unique product biology and business models. Shift 3. The China integration edge from single machine sales to full-stack ecosystem export. Backed by national equipment renewal and low-carbon policy tailwinds, China's pharma equipment localization substitution has hit critical mass. Let's stop calling these cheap alternatives. What we're seeing is convergent compliance. Chinese hardware now meets the exact same EU or FDA validation benchmarks as Western brands, with crushing quantitative advantages. Domestic full-line solutions cut comprehensive lifecycle costs by 35% to 50% compared with European and American OEMs. More importantly, localized after-sales response takes only 2 to 4 hours on site versus the 7 to 15-day waiting window for imported equipment. Delivery cycles are also revolutionized. 3 to 6 months for domestic turnkey lines compared to 12 to 18 months for overseas imports. On top of that, domestic large-scale biotech purification columns now cover 300 mm to 2,000 mm diameters, officially breaking the long-term import monopoly in commercial-scale biopharma production. China is no longer just catching up with global standards. It's providing a de-risked, end-to-end alternative to traditional Western supply chains. This is a game-changer for global CDMO and CMEC site selection in 2026 and beyond. Integrated, validated turnkey ecosystems drastically cut factory validation timelines, lower compliance failure risks, and shorten the entire asset commissioning cycle for contract manufacturing players. Don't just look at these devices as cold steel and intelligent sensors. What we're witnessing here is the democratization of high-end global pharma manufacturing. A decade ago, this level of automated, compliant, and digital production capacity was exclusively monopolized by multinational big pharma with billions of dollars in R&D budgets. But at CPHI and PMEC 2026, this high-end manufacturing capability has become accessible, scalable, and fully export-ready for global enterprises of all sizes. We're not just seeing upgraded production equipment. We're seeing the formation of a resilient, transparent, and incredibly fast global pharma supply chain. And this is the core change that's rewriting the rules of the industry. The real moat for global buyers isn't just the hardware, it's the integration. While overseas suppliers sell you standalone machines, China's ecosystem sells you validated outcomes. You don't just buy a tablet press, you buy a turnkey line, where the clean room, equipment, packaging, and QC all log to a single source of truth. This synergy is nearly impossible to replicate and once deployed, even harder to displace. Let's tie the entire dual exhibition industrial logic together for a complete final summary. CPHI covers upstream raw materials, pharmaceutical excipients, and R&D outsourcing services, fixing the biggest pain points in pharma innovation and supply chain reliability. PMEC empowers the midstream and downstream links, delivering intelligent automated production, precision sterile processing, compliance-oriented packaging, and full process quality control, eliminating bottlenecks for mass production and standardized global export. To put it simply, CPHI provides the molecules. PMEC provides the manufacturing mastery. Put together, these two exhibitions fully showcase China's complete, replicable pharmaceutical ecosystem. R&D innovation, raw material supply, intelligent manufacturing, compliant packaging, global export layout. For global B2B buyers, factory engineers, compliance teams, and industry practitioners, this dual exhibition system has become the most authoritative 2026 reference for supplier screening, industry trend judgment, and cross-border supply chain collaboration. This 4-episode series has fully covered all core exhibition zones, high-value industry tracks, cutting-edge technological upgrades, and annual industry trends of CPHI and PMEC Shanghai 2026. It's a complete, concentrated professional guide for every global pharma manufacturing practitioner and buyer. This officially wraps up our 2026 Dual Exhibition On-Site Deep Dive series. If you're currently sorting out your 2026 to 2027 factory upgrade and global sourcing strategy, I've compiled a high-value equipment shortlist and a verified exhibitor matrix. Essentially, your exclusive cheat sheet to navigating this new pharma manufacturing landscape. If you're finalizing next year's budgets and supplier layouts, don't do it blind. Grab these subscriber-only resources via the link in the description below. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get continuous in-depth pharma manufacturing tech breakdowns, on-site exclusive interviews, and overseas compliance dry goods. I'll keep helping you de-risk your global supply chain and optimize your factory layout, so you can focus on your core business. Don't just watch the future, download the roadmap. Drop a comment below. Which of these 3 macro shifts will impact your facility and sourcing strategy the most? I'll be replying and creating dedicated in-depth episodes for your most concerned topics. Truly appreciate every one of you sticking around for this full series. The future of pharma manufacturing isn't coming. It's already here, and it's moving faster than your next budget cycle. Stay sharp. See you in the next deep dive.